What's up guys, Kamal here, and I want to firstly welcome you to your 6-week program. Over these next 6 weeks, we're going to be going through 4 phases to help you turn that thing called potential into results. So the first week, we're going to start with Discover. That's all about discovering what your brand is, who you are, and what you stand for. Then we'll move into Design, where we figure out where it is you want to go in the future. Then we'll work on building it, and then presenting yourself to the world. So let's start right at the beginning with Discover. The reason I think it's important to start with Discover is sometimes we jump straight into, my ideal job is this. I want to go to this university, this college. That if we don't know who we are first and foremost, we can get lost along the way. Now personally for me, the reason we stand outside a bowling alley is because this is the bowling alley I used to work at. This is where I got my first job. Taking every opportunity that came my way with no clear vision for myself because I didn't know who I actually was. So I did this exact exercise I'm about to make you do. And throughout this 6 weeks, I'm going to give you lots of different exercises. But each exercise, believe me, I've done myself, so I'm telling you because it's worked for me. And I want at least 2 on the page, but feel free to write more. You've got 2 minutes, go. Now, last week we spoke about Discover. Discovering yourself, discovering who you are, discovering your talents, skills, hobbies, and what inspires you. And hopefully you've got some rough ideas of what kind of careers you could go into using that as a base. Now, I believe you can live life by 2 ways. You can live life by accident or by design. Now, I've tried both ways, so I'm speaking from experience. Now, when I was living life by accident, I was literally, I'll take every day as it comes and see what opportunity pops up. There was just so many different jobs at once. I was a fencing instructor, a rock climbing instructor. I was literally like a jack of all trades and master of none. Like a sat-nav. When I'm about to go and speak at a school, I get in my car, I put the sat-nav on, I type in the destination. That tells me where it is I'm going, so I have a clear vision. Then when I start driving, I'm going somewhere. Rather than getting in my car and like hoping I turn up at the right school. Like there has to be an end vision. And our minds are the same. I don't want to get all like, oh, if you just say it, it will happen. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you have a vision, it's way more likely to happen than if you have none. If you have no vision for yourself, other people set the vision for you. And you don't want to live a life based on what other people think you should do. I was recently named as Peter Jones International Entrepreneur of the Year. In order to do that, I set it as a vision. So the activity we're going to do today is all about figuring out your vision. How is this world a better place because you're here? As you can probably see, this week has a theme. So I'm saying to you right now, my advice, don't chase your dreams. And you're probably sat there thinking, well, this whole 6-week program is pointless if you're going to tell me not to chase my dreams, but let me finish. I say you don't chase, you should instead build. And as you go down, each layer needs to represent something you need to do to get to that goal. So for example, when you see these shows like X Factor and they turn on like, I do an audition, now I'm in the biggest boy band in the world. No. They did a lot of work for it. So I need you guys to get into the mentality of building your dreams instead of chasing your dreams. I want to talk about the little things. And what I mean by that is whatever journey you're on right now, whether it's in sports, whether it's just curriculum, there are always going to be little things that make a massive difference in the long run. Went back to the gym and it was literally like I'd never been to the gym before in my life. The same weights were making me shake and I was dropping it. I couldn't, like it was horrible. And I realized it's because I completely lost momentum. Now, momentum is a series of the little things you do. Momentum is created by little things. If you remember snakes and ladders when you were younger, you'd roll the dice and you'd land on a 3 or 4 or 5 and you'd go up and you'd move that many spaces. Now if you land on the bottom of a ladder, you've got to jump up plenty of spaces and get close to the end. However, if you land on a snake, it would take you back a whole load of spaces. You have things that take you forward and things that take you back. So do you in your everyday life. For me, there were 3 little things I did, 3 silly little habits that individually don't seem like a big deal, but when they add up, it made a massive difference. Really get the knowledge in my mind, really like reinforce what I learned in the class so that I could perform on the exams day. And on the 3 ladders, can you write 3 things you can replace those with and start doing today? Now you're probably looking at me like, why is this fool sitting on top of the car? And I'll tell you why, because it's stupid. This week's all about the art of revision. And here's the thing, when it comes to revision, people often think revision is boring. Like I'm sure if I was with you right now, I said, hands up if you think revision's boring, all your hands would go up. It's because you're boring. You're welcome. Genuinely, if you find revision boring, you're probably using an old, boring method. Today's workbook is all about figuring out how you learn. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, and you learnt it and you loved it and that became your jam. You took your favourite song, they removed the words and they put in some education. So your brain was like, twinkle, twinkle, little star. They were like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I was able to go from doing average in English literature, not even liking English literature, to getting an A star in my GCSE English literature exam. How did I do it? My revision. It felt silly and that's why it worked. So this week is all about the art of revision.